There is a question that haunts so many women in the quiet moments of their lives. Why, after everything I have done, everything I have achieved, do I still feel like I am not good enough? It is a voice you know intimately, the relentless judge that lives in your own mind, highlighting every perceived flaw and dismissing every hard-won victory. It keeps you running on a hamster wheel of self-improvement, forever chasing a version of yourself that is finally worthy. For so many of us, especially in the second half of life, this is the most exhausting war of all, a constant, draining battle fought not against the world, but against ourselves. It is the invisible prison of self-criticism. But what if everything we believe about this voice is wrong? What if this harsh inner critic is not an enemy to be silenced? What if it is not a flaw to be fixed? What if it is a lost part of your own soul, a misguided protector desperately trying to keep you safe in the only way it knows how? And what if learning to befriend it, to understand its language, is the only true path to lasting inner peace and radical self-acceptance? In this video, we will not learn another trick to fight this voice. We will embark on a revolutionary journey to understand it, to transform our greatest adversary into our wisest ally. So take a slow, gentle breath. The war is over, if you choose. The conversation is about to begin. And to begin this conversation, we must travel back in time. Not far, just back to the beginning. The inner critic did not arrive in your mind as a monster. It was born as a whisper, a tiny, necessary guard created to keep you safe in a world that felt overwhelming. Once upon a time, it was the echo of a well-meaning correction from a parent, the shadow of a teacher's red pen on your paper, the first sting of social rejection on the playground. It learned a simple, brutal equation. Perfection equals safety. Flaw equals danger. And so it built a fortress around your young, tender heart, with walls made of rules. Don't be too loud. Don't take up too much space. Don't fail. Don't disappoint anyone. Its job was to make you lovable by making you flawless. And for a long time, in the first half of life, this seemed to work. This inner guard helped you achieve. It pushed you to be better. It became the driving force behind your success. But then, every day, as you entered the second half of life, something began to shift. The guard's voice, which once felt like motivation, now feels like a tyrant's roar. Every day, it stands over your shoulder. That presentation at work, it whispers, was not good enough. That conversation with your teenager, it insists, you handled it all wrong. The reflection in the mirror, it points out every new line as a failure. The exhaustion at the end of the day, it tells you, is a sign of your own inadequacy. And what is the cost of living with this constant judgment? It is the quiet paralysis of perfectionism, the fear that keeps you from starting the very thing your soul longs to do. It is the exhaustion of people-pleasing, of bending yourself into a pretzel to avoid its criticism. It is the slow erosion of your joy, because no achievement is ever good enough to earn its silence. You begin to play small,
not because you lack ambition, but to avoid the inevitable attack from within if you dare to be big and fail. You live inside an invisible prison, and the cruelest irony of all is that you are both the prisoner and the guard. There is a profound energetic price for this internal war. It is a slow leak of your life force, an internal tax on every action you take. Every decision must be filtered through its court of judgment. Every creative impulse must pass its inspection. Every moment of rest is scrutinized for signs of laziness. There is a documented reason for this deep fatigue, a phenomenon known in the world of psychology as cognitive dissonance. It is the immense energy drain caused by the constant conflict between your soul's natural desire to expand, to be authentic, to be whole, and your critic's primal instinct to keep you safe by keeping you small and unchanged. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you are perpetually at war with yourself. But here is the most important and perhaps most difficult truth to grasp. That voice, the one that sounds so cruel, so relentless, is not trying to destroy you. It is trying to protect you. It is a part of you that became frozen in time, a young, terrified guard still using the old, crude strategies it learned in childhood to protect you from the dangers it perceives now. It is a part of you that loves you fiercely, but its love is distorted by fear. It believes that if it can just criticize you into perfection, you will finally be safe from all pain, all rejection, all failure. It does not know another way. And this brings us to the heart of Carl Jung's great wisdom. It brings us to the understanding that this inner critic is not a random malfunction of the mind. It is a profound and powerful part of your own psyche, a part that has been exiled, misunderstood, and left in the dark. It brings us to the shadow.
It brings us to the shadow. And I invite you now to take a gentle breath and to reframe this word with me. Think back to the great kingdom of your psyche. If your celebrated parts live in the sunlit square, the shadow is not the dungeon. It is simply the home for all the parts of ourselves we were taught to hide. Our insecurities, our vulnerabilities, our so-called imperfections. And the inner critic is the exiled, forgotten guard of this shadowland. It is a part of you that was deemed unacceptable, and so it was pushed into the dark. And in the dark, its love became twisted by fear. Here is the revolutionary truth at the heart of this work. The harshness of your inner critic is a direct measure of how much pain it is trying to protect you from. The louder its roar, the deeper the wound it is guarding. It screams at you to be perfect because it remembers with perfect clarity the searing pain of a past failure. It tells you not to trust anyone because it carries the cellular memory of a betrayal that nearly broke you. Its cruelty is not a sign of its hatred for you. It is a sign of its terror for you. Let me tell you a story about a woman we'll call Carol. Carol is 52, and she has a quiet dream of opening a small Etsy shop to sell the beautiful pottery she makes in her garage. But every time she even thinks about it, the voice arrives. "You're too old to start something new," it hisses. "No one will buy your things. You'll just make a fool of yourself. Don't even try." The voice is so vicious, so convincing, that Carol feels a familiar wave of shame and puts the idea away. If we were to fight this voice, we would tell it to be quiet. We would try to replace it with affirmations. But using Jung's lens, we do something different. We ask a compassionate question. What are you trying to protect me from? And if we listen, we might hear a story from long ago. When Carol was 8 years old, she proudly presented a drawing she had made to her class, and a group of children laughed at her. They called her drawing ugly. And in that moment, a part of her was seared with the unbearable shame of public humiliation. A young, fierce protector was born, a guard who swore, "I will never let you feel this way again." Now, flash forward 44 years. That guard is still on duty. It doesn't see an Etsy shop. It sees a classroom full of laughing children. It doesn't see a potential customer. It sees a source of potential humiliation. So it uses the only tools it has, shame and criticism, to stop Carol from ever risking that feeling again. Do you see? Her critic wasn't attacking her dream. It was desperately, clumsily trying to save her from the echo of that old pain. This is the misguided love of your inner critic. But how do we identify these hidden wounds, these exiled parts? Jung gave us another powerful clue. Often, the easiest way to see our own shadow is by noticing what we judge most harshly in others. This is the mechanism of projection. The parts of ourselves we cannot own, we see them everywhere in the world around us. That woman you find unbearably needy or dramatic, perhaps she is mirroring back the vulnerable, emotional part of you that you were taught to suppress at all costs. That person you judge as arrogant and self-centered, perhaps they're reflecting the healthy, unapologetic self-worth you were never allowed to embody. What irritates us in others is often a lost part of ourselves, begging to be seen. Your judgments of the world are a secret map back to your own inner landscape. So we are beginning to unmask the critic. We see it is not a monster. It is a shadow part. It is a misguided protector. Its voice is the echo of past pain, and its harshness is a desperate attempt to keep you safe. This understanding, this shift from judgment to curiosity, is the entire foundation for healing. We are no longer at war. We are now in a process of discovery. We have diagnosed the source of the pain. So how do we begin the conversation? How do we reach out to that terrified guard in the fortress of our past? How do we turn this judgment into understanding, and that understanding into compassion? That is the gentle, courageous work of integration. And it is the medicine we will explore next. And so we stand in this new, compassionate understanding. The work of healing does not begin with a fight. It begins with a question. How do we reach out to that terrified guard, frozen in the fortress of our past? How do we transform its judgment into our own self-compassion? This is the gentle, courageous work of integrating the shadow. It is a practice, not a perfection. Think of it like approaching a wild, frightened animal. You do not run towards it shouting. You approach slowly, you soften your gaze, you show it you are not a threat. The first and most powerful step is to simply observe the critic without believing its story. When the voice rises, that familiar litany of not good enough, you failed again, your lifelong habit is either to fight it or to collapse under its weight. We are going to practice a third way, the way of the neutral observer. This is a subtle but life-altering mental pivot. You are not the voice. You are the one hearing the voice. You are the spacious, quiet awareness in which the voice is happening. So when it says, "I can't believe I messed that up, I'm so incompetent," you gently reframe it in your mind. You observe, I hear a voice that is afraid of incompetence. It is telling me I messed up. Do you feel the difference? In the first statement, you are incompetent. It is an attack on your identity. In the second, you are the calm observer of a part of you that is in fear. This simple act of observation creates space. And in that space, healing can finally begin. It stops the war and it opens a dialogue. Once you can observe the fear beneath the critic's anger, you are ready for the second step. You are ready to offer it the one thing it has never received, from you or from anyone else. You are ready to cultivate radical self-compassion. In the world of healing, this is often understood through three beautiful, simple movements. The first movement is self-kindness over self-judgment. It is the simple practice of speaking to yourself as you would speak to a dear friend who was hurting. If your friend made the same mistake, would you call them incompetent? Or would you say, it's okay, you're human, you did your best? Self-kindness is offering that same grace to yourself. The second movement is common humanity over isolation. The inner critic loves to make you feel uniquely flawed, like you are the only one who struggles this way. Common humanity is the gentle, powerful reminder that you are not alone. To be imperfect, to fail, to feel fear is not a personal defect. It is the shared, universal experience of being human. It is the price of admission for a life fully lived. Your struggle does not isolate you. It connects you to everyone. And the third movement is mindfulness over identification. This is where we bring our observation practice full circle. Mindfulness means we do not suppress our pain, but we also do not let it become our entire story. We acknowledge the critic's fear without becoming the fear. We feel the sting of its words without believing we are fundamentally flawed. We see the feeling for what it is, a temporary weather pattern, a passing cloud in the vast sky of our awareness. It is here, but it is not all of who we are. These three movements, self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness, they are the antidote to the critic's poison. They are the medicine. So how do we apply this medicine in a moment of intense self-criticism? There is a simple, beautiful practice you can do right now. The next time that voice rises, I invite you to gently pause. Place a hand over your own heart. Feel the warmth. Feel the gentle pressure. And then, either silently in your mind or in a soft whisper, speak to that frightened part of yourself. Say, I hear that you are scared. I know you are trying to protect me. Thank you, but I am safe now. And just breathe. That's all. You are not trying to fix it. You are not trying to change it. You are simply meeting its fear with your presence and your kindness. You are reparenting a part of yourself that has been left alone in the dark for far too long. This is not weakness. This is the most profound strength. It is the alchemy that turns the lead of self-judgment into the gold of self-acceptance. And when you practice this, when you learn to meet yourself in this new, compassionate way, something remarkable begins to happen. The entire landscape of your inner world begins to change. And so, the landscape of your inner world begins to change. The war is over. And in the quiet after the battle, you discover something remarkable. Integrating your inner critic does not mean it disappears. It means its role transforms. The roar of the tyrant softens into the whisper of a cautious friend. The relentless judge becomes a wise, if sometimes anxious, advisor. Its voice is no longer a weapon against you, but a compass, pointing to the places that still need your gentle attention and your love. This profound shift from internal war to internal dialogue is the true meaning of liberation. The energy you once spent fighting yourself is now free. Free to be poured into your passions. Free to be present with the people you love. Free to simply rest. Think of Carol with her dream of a small pottery shop. When her critic's voice now whispers, "What if no one buys anything?" she no longer collapses in shame. She can now place a hand on her heart and respond with kindness. "I hear that you're scared of humiliation. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am going to try anyway, because the joy is in the making, not just the selling." She has not silenced her critic, she has integrated its wisdom and reclaimed her own authority. This is what authentic self-acceptance feels like. It is not the absence of fear or doubt, it is the presence of unwavering self-compassion in the face of it all. It is the quiet, unshakable knowing that you are whole and worthy, not in spite of your imperfections, but because of them. This is not a destination you arrive at one day, it is a practice, a daily returning to yourself with gentleness and courage. It is the most profound act of self-love you will ever undertake. And it is the path to a second half of life that is not defined by who you think you should be, but is a beautiful, authentic expression of who you truly are. If this journey of compassionate self-discovery resonates with you, I invite you to take the first step in this new alliance. In the comments below, I invite you to write one kind, compassionate message you would like to say to your own inner critic today. Let's fill this space, not with judgment, but with grace. By sharing your words, you not only begin to heal yourself, you create a circle of healing for every woman who reads them. And if you feel called to continue this profound journey inward, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are walking this path together. As the noise of the inner battle finally quiets, you will notice a new kind of space opening up within you, a vast, profound stillness. And in that stillness, a deeper, more existential question often begins to surface, the question of purpose. If you wish to continue this exploration, I invite you to watch my next video, where we will dive into the midlife unraveling and explore how this period of confusion and disorientation is actually a sacred invitation to discover your soul's true purpose. Thank you for your courage and for your beautiful, whole, and imperfect self. The peace you have been searching for was always waiting inside of you.